Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is Monday, September 18, 2023. It is your daily crypto news. My name is Matt. Remember, you can reach out to me at matt@dailycryptonews.net. Finally, we have a domain and an email address that fits the damn show. It took me long enough. Let's get into today's news. Mark Cuban, he loses $870,000 in a crypto scam. Meanwhile, Elizabeth Warren's Digital Asset Anti-Money Laundering Act gets 9 new supporters. And Elizabeth Warren is on the record of saying, crypto is enabling rogue nation, drug lords, ransomware gangs, and fraudsters to launder billions of stolen funds, evade sanctions, fund illegal weapons programs, and profit from devastating cyber attacks. And the reason why I put those two together is because I was wondering, what is the difference between crypto scams and fiat scams, monetary value, and the proportion of crypto scams to fiat scams? And so I looked up some stats, and here you go. Americans lost a record-breaking $8.8 billion to scams and fraud in 2022, and it's a 30% increase from 2021. Investment scams accounted for the highest losses, totaling around $3.9 billion in 2022, a median loss of $7,144 per victim. Now, I bet you're wondering, how does that $3.9 billion break down among crypto and fiat? Well, about $1.5 billion was lost through bank transfers, and about $1.4 billion was lost through cryptocurrency. You can see cryptocurrency is substantial, but if you want to compare that to the $8.8 billion of scams, it is not the lion's share. However, it's disproportionate because there's way more fiat than there is crypto. Now, like I said, the monetary value of all these scams are up 30% from 2021 to 2022, but the overall scams decreased from 2.9 million scams in 2021 to 2.4 million scams in 2022, with a median loss of $650 in 2022, up from $500 in 2021. Now, imposter scams, this is where criminals pose as trusted figures, resulted in $2.6 billion in losses, with a median loss of $995 per person. Now, there's other scams like shopping scams, prize, lottery scams, business and job opportunity scams. And within these scams, older individuals got hosed. They lost so much more money than every other age bracket. Now, the average between age bracket, for example, 19 under, was only $300. Now, there's a couple reasons for that. One is they're younger. Two is they probably just don't have enough money. But then it goes up from there. If you're 20 to 29, it's $548. 30 to 39, $590 on average lost through scams. 40 to 49, $600. It kind of ticks back a little bit if you're 50 to 59, back to $552 per person in that age bracket. But then it significantly starts to jump. 60 to 69 is $666 per person, 70 to 79, $1,000 per person, and if you're over 80, you're losing on average $1,674 per person. But there are many other scams. For example, there was 1.1 million reports of identity theft last year, and about 442,000 of those were related to credit card fraud. Interesting little fact here, individual victims within the military community, veterans, military members, their spouses, they lost more money than civilians. Their average loss was around $765 per person in 2022, compared to civilians at $650. Now, there's also 40,000 reports of romantic scams in 2022, totaling around $546 million in losses. And the most common way for these scammers to reach out to you were text message, 22%, followed by phone calls, 20%, and emails, 19%. New York's financial regulator wants cryptocurrency companies regulated in these states to be more transparent about how they list and delist crypto coins. The regulator must also describe its expectations of the steps and criteria for a crypto firm to consider before delisting a coin. The guidance is needed to make standards around coin offerings more robust, and that the updates come from deficiencies found through examinations. The new framework asks crypto firms to draft their coin listing policy in 3 areas: governance for the coin listing process, risk assessment of the coins, and procedures to monitor coins. The proposed delisting framework asks firms to detail how they decide to delist a coin, including the type of events that could prompt removal, and execution plans such as giving customers advance notice and drawing up an impact analysis. And how many times have you been victim of a delist, they really just sent you an email about a week ahead of time, or you missed it, or you just pop into your exchange and go, I just have no options anymore. I think this is needed. We got a trio of celebrities settling lawsuits against them related to sponsorship deals that they had with FTX. Those celebrities are Trevor Lawrence, an NFL quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and YouTubers Tom Nash and Kevin Poffrath. They also agreed to settlements. Now, all these settlements weren't disclosed. However, Trevor Lawrence, he received $205,000 from FTX to promote it, and I would assume that the settlement is around that or a little bit less. We'll find out soon enough. And finally, Coinbase's Ethereum Layer 2 blockchain base hit a new record on September 14th of 1.88 million transactions for the day, surpassing its previous record of 1.41 million on August 21st. The Layer 2 network surpassed other rival chains like Optimism and Arbitrum. They only had a combined 878,000 transactions for the day. Now, I know you're wondering, what is that compared to Polygon and Binance Smart Chain? Well, Polygon had around 2.1 million transactions on the day, and Binance had around 3.1 million. So they have a ways to go, but they are moving on up. Now let's move into those crypto prices.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
And the time is 9:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Fear Greed sitting at 38, still slightly fearful, but moving into neutral. Bitcoin's at $27,362, up 3% in 24 or 6.5 and 7. Ethereum is at $1,664, up 2% in 24 or 4.5% in 7. Tether's number 3. Binance is at $219, up 2.2% in 24, almost 6% in 7. And XRP is at 50 cents, up 0.5% in 24 or 6.3% in 7. Rounding off the top 10, we have USDC, Cardano, Doge, Toncoin moving into the top 10, and Solana bumping out Tron. Solana is sitting at $19.75, up 3.5% in 24 or 11.6% in 7. The total market cap is sitting at 1.08 trillion, up 1.6%. We have a Bitcoin dominance of 49.3 and an ETH dominance of 18.5. And that was our show today. Hey, remember, leave some comments and some nice ratings on Apple Podcasts. And until tomorrow, happy hodling, everyone.